I was thinking about it this way. So they play the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and it doesn't matter how they got here at this point. They're either going to win the Super Bowl by beating the Chiefs, and then nobody's really going to care about the Lions game or the Packers game.
No doubt.
Or the Chiefs are going to beat them, and we're kind of back to the drawing board. But to me, you know how sometimes you look back at the Warriors title? Oh, that first title, they got some break.
Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Yeah, I don't view it like that for the Niners. You know, the Packers couldn't close them, Lions couldn't close them, and now it's one game for all the marbles.
And we talked to Bonte and Shasky as they headed out, Steiny, and the one thing just about this matchup, and then Evan and I and the fans talked about it, I don't like that it's Patrick Mahomes. I just don't. Because, you know, again, you talk about the breaks. The Niners didn't, you know, just make those things happen where they were going to come back or get down. My point is they handled business when they needed to. No apologies. But damn it, Steiny, I just hate this guy and Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes together are going for their third title in 4 years. Niners can, you know, they can control that, you know, play a good game. And we come in here next Monday after we don't bury the lead. We'll be in Vegas Wednesday through Friday, you and I in the show. But I'm sitting here just I wish it was Lamar Jackson, somebody that wasn't experienced in this setting, like Patrick Mahomes. He is right now. If you
exactly, why wouldn't you want the two best teams with the best? He's the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you want the 49ers to go up against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending champions?
Because that's a hard ask.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, especially you as.
Well, I want a good game. I want it, but I honestly, you weren't here. I thought Baltimore was better than Kansas City. I thought Kansas City was in their coffin, and now they figured some things out, got some guys back, and here they are. But again, Steiny, the Niners, Kyle can get the monkey off his back, and if you think one's there, Brock Purdy, there's not one there. But the fact that in year 2 he could say I'm a Super Bowl winning quarterback, that goes a long way.
To me, this is where if I'm not a fan, but I want to see the best possible game, this is it by far. It's not even close in my mind. I mean, Lamar Jackson's never been. The Kansas City Chiefs are in the middle of a dynasty.
Yeah, no doubt.
They're in the middle of a dynasty. They have a quarterback who is on his way to, he's probably already a top 3 to 5.
Yeah.
And you want to, what?
Take it from him.
Yeah.
And this would be your way I need to talk about. This is revenge. This is the Kevin Costner, man. Again, they didn't win. I miss you. But they had a 10-point lead on this team with more weaponry on the offensive end back in 19. So how sweet would it be to go back and win and beat who you just called the best quarterback in the game right now and a coach that I wrote off, and now all of a sudden he's a Jedi, man. So a lot at stake, man.
We got Vernon Davis coming up in 2 or 3 minutes. He is former 49er All-Pro and Pro Bowl tight end. He won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos also.
After losing one with the Niners.
And Vernon Davis will be joining us at 10:10. He's current actor, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. Are you going to...
Actor? That's new on me. I did not know that.
Well, yeah. Are you going to... Why don't you ask him on the air like you kind of threw it out there in the green room?
Oh, boy.
What's he been in?
Oh, no, I would never.
Let's say it like that to him. So, hey, say, Vernon, what have you been in?
He's been in the Super Bowl.
What have you been in?
Do you wear your ring? That's all we want to know, Steiny.
I got him not wearing a ring.
Oh, please. Actor. He'd be blinging.
He doesn't
probably
need to.
Award in one of his many roles.
He doesn't need to. Hey, by the way, how'd your get together with Jeff Garcia?
Oh, yeah. I was at Dick's Sporting Goods Saturday ceremony. And Jeff Garcia, I got to interview him. A lot of people came out to see the former quarterback. Nothing came up, no fisticuffs. I had my security meal with me.
I'm out.
Yeah, but we had a good time. And also, Steiny, I'm wearing the Niner jersey that our trucker P1 friend gave to us. And I made a bet if the Niners got to the Super Bowl, shout out Lucas and the Hegan, little smart asses.
Yeah.
If they got to the game, I would wear it, and I'm wearing it today, so I'm ready. But Saturday was beautiful.
Okay.
And a youngster said, Guru, I listen all the time during lunch.
Yeah.
You said if the Niners made it, you would wear the jersey, and here I am in red.
Oh, there you go. You know, the one thing I found in my last 2 weeks as I was out.
You missed me?
And I watched.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was concentrating on myself. But the one thing that it's become more and more clear is just I watched the Packers game against the Niners, and then I watched the Lions, watched all the playoffs, and it's funny. Fans are funny. They actually kind of
talk to me.
Yeah, they think it's about them. You know what I mean? They think it's about them, and everybody wants to show photos of them being a fan. It's about the game. You know what I mean? It's not about,
I do like that, but
and just
it's about your life, though.
The whole idea of just in real time watching so-called fans give up. And then stop giving up, and then we stink, and then we are great, and then you stink, and then this guy's a choker.
Shout out social media.
That guy's now a winner.
Yeah.
It's just it really is pretty. It's pretty comical, as one of the most ordinary head coaches in the NFL once said, Jack Del Rio.
Let me read this to you, Steiny, before we get Vernon Davis on. The morning guys put up a poll. Sam Lubman, who has more to gain from winning the Super Bowl? There are only two answers: Kyle Shanahan or Brock Purdy. How would Matt Steinmetz on his first day back answer that?
Who's got more to gain?
Yeah, from winning the Super Bowl. From a personal standpoint, obviously, Kyle Shanahan or Brock Purdy. I already got my answer. 1,000 votes already.
Who's got more to gain? Probably Shanahan.
Yeah, me too. He's longer down the road in his career, and he's been there. You could say he was the reason they didn't win. He was the reason they was there. But this is Brock's first time as a full star.
But I do think this, and this is kind of, if I want to play devil's advocate, I'd say this. I think Kyle Shanahan's more likely to get to another Super Bowl than Brock Purdy.
Now, wow. That's interesting.
Who's going to go to the next Super Bowl between those two?
My answer would be both, because, regardless of what happens, Steiny, Sunday, they're married for the near future.
Yeah, I'm with you, 415 on the Comcast.
What they say?
Text line. You're I don't know.
And you're talking about me.
You're being all scared of Patrick Mahomes. It's just like,
he's the best.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand why you wouldn't want the best going up against the best.
Because for so much of this season, we thought the best was Baltimore.
Hand the Super Bowl to the 49ers?
No, not at all. I'm just, if I'm a Niner fan, you got to go take it from a badass.
Right. So go do it. Quit crying about it. Oh, we don't want to play the best team.
No, I didn't say that.
You can't have it easy. You can't take the easy
Those
way
words
out.
didn't come. This is your first day back now. Hey, those words didn't come out of my mouth.
I just don't. Yeah.
It's going to be difficult. And
hey, look at it this way. If the 49ers don't beat the Chiefs, they can say, well, we haven't beaten the best quarterback in one of the best quarterbacks in the history of football. No biggie.
Oh, no, there's a biggie. There's a biggie, Steiny. You don't want to lose your third Super Bowl in a row.
By the way, let me tell you something about Brock Purdy.
Man.
So I'm watching those two playoff games, and Jared Goff, he played pretty well, right?
Marin Cap.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah, he's fine. I don't believe Jared Goff could have orchestrated a comeback like Purdy orchestrated. Like, Brock Purdy is not afraid to make mistakes. And the only way the 49ers are going to come back and win that game against Detroit is if Brock Purdy had the guts to quarterback. Like, if he made a mistake or two, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But when you're down 3 scores, you got to go off script. You got to take chances. And man, he was he's a gamer,
and he's a gunslinger.
Like, he's a gamer. And if he goes into the Super Bowl and he may throw an interception or two, and he may get you beat, but he's still the kind of quarterback that can orchestrate that kind of comeback on a couple weeks ago against the Lions. And I know he had a lot of help. You're going to have to get a lot of help.
But he made some throws too.
Made some runs, made some throws. He made some plays.
Yeah, he just matured right before our eyes. And I won't diss Jared Goff and say he couldn't do it, Steiny, in this system. But it ain't even about that. It's about what you just illustrated.
But I would look
Purdy,
at
when it was all on the line and he could have succumbed to the pressure or the fallout. Me throwing, I'm just going to the Green Bay game. I almost picked 6 early in the game to Savage. He did the Brett Favre. Guys know how to forget. And he captured the moment. And then against Detroit, using his legs to keep those drives late in the game alive. Like, you're right. How much did he grow?
Goff can't make the plays that Purdy made with his legs. And Purdy was gutsy enough to make some throws that could have been a mistake, but ended up not being. and they ended up coming back and winning the game. What'd you think of the Dan Campbell stuff?
Evan with the I'm going to tell you what I think. Evan with the line of the year.
Oh, I'll be the judge.
He now refers to him as Dan Gamble. Okay. That's pretty.
Oh, did you make that up?
That's a 5. But at the end of the day, Steiny, I thought he let his team down.
Which one? Which time?
The one before halftime, not being the Detroit that we saw all year long, especially against Dallas. And if you were going to go that route, to know you had the lead. You come out, they get a field goal. Okay, match them with the field goal. You're still up 17. It's about the clock now. And I just think coaches like that want the glory of, look at me, look how ultra aggressive I am. And at the end, it cost his team. You're in a damn playoff game on the road. You hadn't won your organization in over 50 years. Take 3, bud. And you decided to do what you did, and you saw how it worked out, and you helped the Niners come back.
888-957-9570 is the number. 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl. And that's a Sunday, 3:30 in Vegas.
We'll be there. Well, we'll be there Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah.
You excited?
You got to treat it just like another show. It's a business trip, dude.
Right, I got you.
It's a business trip. It's not fun and games. We're going there to do a job.
Just don't tense up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't pucker up.
So
we're just there in August, buddy. We made it happen.
888-957-9570. We're efforting Vernon Davis if we can get him dynamite. If not, the show will go on. And the San Francisco 49ers. How about the Warriors? Haven't talked to you about 2 weeks from Warriors.
Well,
excited?
I was about the starting 5 with Dre back and him unlocking Kuminga. They were making something happen. Kuminga, Wiggins, and Draymond Green. Okay. But now the injury, right. Steiny, and that loss, wasting a 60-point effort from Curry on Saturday just sit well with me. And now they got a game that I don't even know if they got enough bodies tonight to beat the Nets, but they better. And Thursday, the trading deadline, so we'll see if they stand pat, but it looks like they are.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're not going to do anything. Well, I don't know that, but what can they do? What can they do?
That's the million-dollar question.
888-957-9570 is the number. 49ers, Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs. Haven't talked to you guys in a couple weeks. What's on your mind? Are you guys still in kind of look back mode? Or are you thinking about the Chiefs and what you got to do to win this game? I mean, to me, I do think there's something about, man, and I'm not saying I'd rather have Mahomes than the Niners offense, but boy, Patrick Mahomes, you have Patrick Mahomes.
You got a chance.
You're going to knock on the door every single year. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin's in Danville. What's up, Kevin in Danville? How you doing, man?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Big-time fan. Big-time Niner fan. Niner faithful, long time. But I've always, about an hour ago, you guys were talking about, Purdy defeats Mahomes in the Super Bowl. What becomes of Purdy? And I think many people forget that Purdy and Mahomes are never on the field at the same time. So it's never really Purdy versus Mahomes. If you talk about the Chiefs versus Niners, it's Pacheco versus Greenlaw. It's Kelsey versus Fred. It's not Purdy versus Mahomes. And anyway, that's my comment. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, the thing that is always interesting to me is, I mean, it might just be one play, one throw that gets a guy beat in the Super Bowl.
We've seen it happen before.
And so
last year, we saw Hurts fumble the ball, changed the course of the game. Steiny allowed Kansas City to win.
And yet he had a great game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have, 4 touchdown passes in that game? Something like that? 888-957-9570 is the number. Let me ask you this, Goo. Would you rather, you're a 49er fan.
All right.
Would you rather be up 3 with Patrick Mahomes having the last drive or down 3 with Brock Purdy driving you?
That's phenomenal. I'm going to go with the latter. I'll take Brock Purdy. And the reason I'll take Brock Purdy is I think Mahomes would get it done, regardless if it's Niner defense and what's going on, regardless of what defense it is. But the fact that you just mentioned and talked about what Brock Purdy did against Green Bay and then also being down 17 against Detroit, I think something's happening to where the confidence would be there and Kyle and their collective weaponry. I would go with the latter. How about you?
I would too. And the boss was say, well, let's take it a step further. Let's be honest. He goes, the only reason you're taking Purdy isn't because you believe in Purdy. It's because you're afraid of Mahomes, or you're scared of Mahomes in that position.
Well, how about this? I believe in Brock more now after those 2 playoff games where he was down to Green Bay and then also down 17 at half. So it's grown, but it hasn't grown to where that's off the, I don't agree with that.
You know what's that's interesting. You said you believe in Purdy more.
Oh,
now.
Man.
I did not believe in him before that game. I believe he's good enough to quarterback the 49ers to a Super Bowl win, absolutely.
Right.
But I also think, do I believe in him? Yeah, I believe in him. But I also think, he could make a mistake and get you beat, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in him. I know he was a quarterback and they came back. I didn't put a ton into that. But
shouldn't we, though?
I don't know.
Because it's not, and what I'm saying, the picture I'm painting is I hope I'm not saying those comebacks supersede what I think of Mahomes in that situation. My thing is, what about the 0-30 in the fourth quarter? Down that they did away with that against Green Bay. They were down 7 going into the fourth.
But that wasn't Purdy.
Well, I mean, he was part of the story. He drove them down at the end too.
No, but that 0-30 has to. That was a lot of Garoppolo and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it was part of the aura that surrounded this team and coming back and being down.
He did it against the Packers.
No, that's what it started there, and then he did it on steroids versus Detroit, down 17. So I'm just saying from that vantage point, we've seen some improvement, and you would hope.
But I also think
a fan, however much you give credence to it, you got to feel like they feel like if they're in that situation, the last 2 weeks matter.
Well, guess what I think? I think if they get down like they did against the Packers and they get down against, they're losing. Then they're going to get beat.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to throw a pick trying to do too much.
I agree with that.
So, that's kind of when you say, do you believe in Purdy? Sure, they can win with Purdy, absolutely. But I think the more times you put yourself in this position,
you're going to get caught.
You're going to get beat at some point.
No doubt.
888-957-9570 is the number. What are you thinking about when you're thinking about this Super Bowl? Do you think about the quarterbacks, Mahomes and Purdy? What about Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan? Is that an advantage one way or the other? Kyle Shanahan, obviously, he's had a big-time year. The 49ers, heck of a year. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, the rest of them.